One popped out.
I got it.
I just need to post that more too.
I got it. Pop. Yeah. So we don't have any special guests?
Nope.
It was like Smoothie and I would do anything. We don't have anybody else.
We don't have anybody. It's just us. And that's just how it's going to be from now on. If we don't have a guest, we don't have a guest. We absolutely cannot not do our show because we can't get a guest at the right time.
Okay.
That's all there is to it.
And did your monitor shut off? Your monitor shut off for a second.
All right. We're going to be rusty because we ain't done this in a while.
We talking about Destiny 2 also?
It's on the list.
Okay. So, do you have work tomorrow?
Yep. Yeah, I need you to put that balloon down because we most certainly cannot have that sound during the show.
I know, not during the show.
I know, but can you just go ahead and put it down, please?
Okay.
Thanks. Let's see. Did I ever figure out is it R?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we have Destiny 2 as the big thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, what's the Halloween thing? What is that?
I wanted to talk about seeing the movie It, and I wanted to talk about that they announced a new Halloween movie.
Oh, remake or
sequel
to the Rob Zombie one?
All right, so yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go Destiny. And I want to talk about concerts.
No. Huh? Wait, no, Destiny will be like the big one, right?
Yeah,
but that's just in the What's Up is what that one is.
Well, that's why I put it first also.
Okay.
All right, so in the What's Up, we'll also explain like why we've taken a couple of weeks off and all that stuff, and explain that we weren't really able to get the guest worked out for 20, so we had to still just do the episode anyway. Maybe we'll try to get something cool going for episode 25 instead.
Yep.
Which might be another 8 months away at the rate that we're going now. Sound good?
Yep.
Alrighty. Ready?
Yes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Howdy Radio, the next generation, episode 20. Yay!
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yes.
We finally made it to 20. Not just like we finally made it like after 19 episodes, but like after taking a few weeks off,
Yeah.
we are finally doing episode 20. So tell everybody kind of what happened, like why we've let everybody know, like we didn't just forget about them.
Yeah. So like special guest, which we were gonna have Smoothie on, but then that got all mixed up. So
Smoothie
then,
and Kyle
yeah,
was the original.
but then
plan.
Kyle couldn't do it,
Yeah.
and then Smoothie couldn't do it,
Yeah.
and then we just didn't do it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. The timing of the special guest just didn't work out. And it was also, which is something we're kind of just realizing that is always going to be a problem for the next little while, is that once fall season starts in this house, during the weekend, there is very little extra time to do anything. So we're going to have to possibly rethink like maybe recording on like Wednesday nights or something like that, because as of right now during the fall, like I cannot guarantee that we can record every Saturday the way that we had been for a while. There's soccer games, there's band competitions, there's just so much different stuff that goes on during this time of year. Once the fall season's over, things start to slow back down around here because nobody plays winter sports at this point. So there's not a whole lot that goes on then. But we're sorry that we took a couple weeks off. And then now here it is late Sunday night, and we had like 1 extra hour before time for Lane to go to bed. So we're like, all right, let's squeeze this in real quick. So episode 20, not quite as a big of a deal as we wanted to make of it. So that kind of sucks. But we'll maybe 25, because then we'll be a quarter of a way to 100 episodes. So maybe that's what we did. Me and Dave, when we used to run the Square 2 podcast, we did like a really cool thing for, we called it S2P 25. For that, we did like a whole day of like live streaming all kinds of different stuff, and then like we did like this big super show at the end of the day that was the 25th episode. So maybe we'll like try to recreate that for this. Really cool. Yeah. So we'll talk about that between now and then. Hopefully that's not like 5 months away when we get 5 more episodes.
In 5 weeks, like we just have like soccer, so we could do it like Sunday instead of Saturday. Yeah. We could just do it all day Sunday, which would be really cool.
Yeah, so we've got some stuff that we wanted to talk about that we actually sat down to record this episode last week. We were like, okay, well, we don't have the guest that we want to do, but we still have to do the episode, and we sat down to do it, and YouTube was being stupid this time, and we could not go live. And Lane really likes doing the live stream and everything, so we didn't want to do the episode without the live stream. It'd be stupid to end up not having a live stream for episode 20, so we put it off until the thing was working again, and then again we just never really had time to come back to it. So what we do for our shows is we keep notes of things that we want to talk about and stuff. So what we're talking about was actually written for what we wanted to talk about last week. So as far as like the world of news of these things, like everything's kind of a week old that we want to talk about this week, but it's all really good stuff still, and I don't want to just skip on past it.
And now that it's a week, we might have more information about some things.
So we still got some cool stuff to talk about. We want to talk about Destiny 2. Destiny 2 came out. We bought that. We bought the big, huge pack of it, so we want to talk about that.
Which I put an unboxing on my YouTube channel.
Yep.
Link in the description.
Go check that out. What else? We want to talk about a couple concerts that have now come and gone. Went to see the Toadies, went to see Queens of the Stone Age, both awesome concerts. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Went to see the movie It. Want to talk about that for a little bit. Lane went and saw it and said it was his favorite movie that he's ever seen in his entire life.
I haven't seen it, but I have a like balloon right here. I don't even know. Can you? Yeah, you can't see that. I can see that. You can see it on this.
I'm just kidding though. Lane most certainly did not go see it.
I did not go see
it. Me
and
and Tyler did though. So,
but of course, I'm that one person that always looks up a couple clips on YouTube.
Gotcha.
Because I have to know some information.
All right, we'll talk about that when we get there.
I saw him dancing on the plane.
Yeah. All right, we'll get there in a minute. And then there was the new iPhone announcements, in which I thought that'd be kind of fun to talk about. That was something like me and Dave used to always talk about on our Square 2 show, was always iPhone kind of stuff. So I thought it'd be fun for you and I to talk about the new iPhones as well. So that's what we've got for you this week. No special guests whatsoever. It's just us hanging out for episode 20. Let's do it.
Coolsies. But I'm still never gonna go see Tyler. We were at one point. I don't know. I think when you guys went to go see Queens of Stone Age, me and Tyler were like, we should watch a movie while we eat, because I think it was like 7 by that time, and we were like, we should watch a movie or something. And then he was looking through Plex and Netflix. He was like, oh, the old It movie. I was like, heck no. I understand that that's not as it's not as creepy as the new one, but like it's still, that's more clown-ish than new Bill. How do you say his last name? Bill. I forget.
I the science guy.
No. Yep, Bill Nye the Science Guy is Pennywise in the new It movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Stupid.
Right here, you bring this one in. It's
which
a
one?
video game one.
What is this?
Destiny.
Thought that was gonna be a big one, like our ending, like the big one.
Our main one is always the first thing that we talk about.
Is that no? We talk
Always.
about tiny stuff, and then we talk about the big one.
I completely disagree with you.
No,
okay. Well, we're doing Destiny, so
okay.
Ready?
Yep. Wait, no. I was gonna try.
How do I stop it? What's the hotkey?
I don't think there is a hotkey for it. But I wanted to try to remember the date. It's the 6th. It was the 6th, right? Is when it came out.
Oh, I don't know for sure.
Jesus, that was a while ago. It was almost 20 days ago. Yeah, I was gonna bring that in. Like, right when you were about to press, I was like, oh, I can bring it in this way. Because I didn't know exactly how to bring it in. Sixth. Yeah. I can't believe on PC it's October 24th. Why does it take so long for PC users?
All right, ready?
Yep. So Destiny 2 came out on September 6th. So we are definitely late.
A couple of weeks old at this point.
Yeah, we're about 20 days away from when it actually came out. But we bought it after, like 2 days after, I'm pretty sure.
It came out on a Wednesday, I think, and we bought it Saturday.
Which is weird. I've never seen a game come out on a Wednesday before.
Yeah, I thought games came out on Tuesday.
Yeah, games do come out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But Bungie wants to be the odd person now. Be like, oh, I'm going to release a game on Wednesday.
All right.
But we got it. We got the big limited edition thing that has the expansions. And 1 and 2, which like includes all other stuff that comes out. You know, the first one comes out fall of this year. Second one comes out, I'm pretty sure, spring of next year. So they're pretty close. But that'll be
I think
fun.
they should space them out more than that. I mean, this game cycle, the last one was like a 3-year long game cycle. They should wait like 6 months and
they're
release
probably
one,
gonna make more than just those two. I think they're gonna make more. Well, they're gonna add lots of new raids.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I know
that's not gonna be an expansion.
Right.
Like the Fallen King, that was not an expansion. That was a new raid. I'm pretty sure.
No, that was an expansion.
That had a raid. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that one was.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not.
I know there were lots of times where there were new raids that came on. That was not just raids and strikes that was added to the game.
Yeah.
After like 2 years after the game came out already.
They've kept the game updated with all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Destiny 1, we all played and we all liked it a lot. So we were pretty excited about the new one coming out. I've put a little bit of time into it. You've put a little bit of time into it. So what do you think?
I've put about the same time you've put into it.
So what do
you... So you can't say I haven't played any of it because I put about the same time that you have.
Well, I just said I've played a little bit and you've played a little bit. I said we've played the same.
Because you keep giving me crap
you're
about
always
how I haven't played it.
Freaking Rocket League. Play Destiny.
That's not bad. I almost have 30 days on that game. I'm trying to get a 30 days. I'm only about 3 days away.
Then I want to delete it.
No, I bought $20. I bought that for $20.
So what do you think as a sequel? You think it's pretty good?
Yes, it is very good. Tyler says that's Destiny 1.5 because he just it like is set like only a little bit after the first one, so it's mostly just Destiny 1.5. I think it's Destiny 2 because the name of the game is Destiny 2.
Well, so Tyler, he's a weird one sometimes.
Yeah, and he just beat the story,
so
and
we
he got very hype.
We watched Tyler beat the story tonight. He beat the last guy,
and then he
went nuts. It's on my Snapchat if you want to see it.
And then he bought he bought for like $10 like some silver or something like that on the game. It's like to buy something in game or something. I don't know. It was just typed to his credit card, so he's gonna go bankrupt on that game, I'm guessing.
All right. So, stupid old microtransactions.
Yeah. It's not complete. That's not.
So what all of?
But that's not play to win. Yeah, that's not play to win though. So,
essentially, but
no.
All right. So out of what?
Yeah, it is because it's guns.
Of course.
So it's play to win. Yeah.
So out of what you've done, what all have you done so far?
I have done a couple story missions, and I have one planet unlocked, which is Titan.
Gotcha.
Do you have Titan unlocked?
I don't think I do. I think I just have Crucible, Earth, and the farm. I think is all I have. I'm not too far into it. I played a little bit of the story mode, and then I started playing around in the Crucible, which on the first game, I didn't really play much of the Crucible whatsoever. I don't know if I really played it at all, to be honest with you.
I never wanted to play the Crucible because at the time that I got really into Destiny, it was like about
it was you were way late.
I was really late, so I knew that if I would join, my butt whooped really fast.
I just know that I get my butt whooped no matter what, whether it's day 1 or whether it's like day 5,000. I just suck at that game compared to so many other people. But I kind of got into the Crucible, and I started playing like the whatever their capture the flag thing is called or whatever. And I spent one night and I played it for like 3 hours, and I think that's like honestly the most I've like played online like that in a very long time. And like all my friends have the game, but I haven't really got to spend. I think I played one game with Kyle one day, and that was about it.
Shout out to Kyle.
Yeah. So, but I haven't really had much time to put into it. So, but I'll get there. I still want to keep up with it.
It's a very fun game, and like it's really really pretty and everything.
Yeah, the graphics are great. I'd love to see it in 4K. I can only imagine how cool it would look like that. My Fire Pro computer is just like sitting over there crying because I haven't touched it since I got Destiny. Fire Pro's like, play me, and I'm like, I will.
We're not talking about Fire Pro again. Last time we talked about Fire Pro, we talked about it for a while, and then we talked about something else, and then we went back to Fire Pro.
We should start a Fire Pro podcast.
Heck.
That would be amazing. There's so much cool stuff going on with that game right now. It would be easy to talk about that game for an hour every week.
You can do that.
Okay. So yeah, man, I really like the game. I think I'm at like level 5 or something. Tyler got to level 20 today.
Fire Podcast.
Fire
Procast. Fire Procast.
Fire Procast. Okay.
Fire Pro Podcast. Fire Procast.
Okay, there you go. Coming next week to howdyinc.com. Fire Procast.
Such a weird name.
It is. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm not sure.
Well, you're not doing that.
Okay.
So. You can do it if you want to, but I know you don't have time to do that. No. You barely have enough time to do this.
Correct. So what else on Destiny? Was there anything else?
I did some of the Crucible also. Yeah. And then I played some with my friend. Yeah. At one point, and then we played some of the story, but then he left, and I got demolished.
Gotcha.
It wasn't in Crucible, but at this point, it was still story, and I had like shot, and like he shot somebody, and then he left, and like he got like half of the house done, and then he left, and it took me like 30 minutes to kill this one guy. I was really mad how long it took.
Trying to look up real quick here because I've put like I think like 12 hours into this game or something, which is not bad for me. But my buddy,
I forgot about. I just saw that Kyle was playing Oxenfree. I forgot that was a free game this month.
I don't know what that is.
It's a really fun game.
So my buddy David, who I used to work with, he's put in 210 hours into this game. I'm at 14 hours. He's put in 210 hours.
Are you able to check how long I've done it since I'm I'm in your family.
Am I your friend on Xbox? I don't know that I am.
I don't think you are.
No. I've only
Can't
got,
you
like,
look me up?
I don't know. What's your
Yeah.
gamer tag?
You should know this.
Midder316 with
Yes.
D's or T's?
D's.
MIDDER316. I'll
That's
add you as a
me.
friend. Ain't that
Yes.
funny? We're not friends.
Yeah. Because you don't play that much. And also.
Well, and we don't have a way to play together anyway,
Yeah.
so we need another Xbox One.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting to the point where it's about time for new Xbox One. So you and Destiny 2, you have now put in 7 hours.
So I put in about.
I've put twice as much time as you. Let's look up your Rocket League while we're here. Rocket League.
Let's see.
You have played 643 hours. And it says I've played 121 hours, but I know that's just your friends using my profile.
Is that able to count up into days? Like, I want to see.
You'd have to do the math. So it would be 643
divided by 24.
Divided by 24. This is good radio right here.
Yeah.
643 divided by 24 is 26, almost 27 days worth of stupid old Rocket League. There's another game coming out this week. A couple games coming out this week. What's the one that I was talking about earlier? Cuphead, I think, looks awesome. I think that's an Xbox exclusive as well.
Yes, it is. It's also an Xbox Play Anywhere title.
Gotcha.
Do you understand what that means?
Of course I know what that means.
Yeah.
I'm always a big sucker for these like indie games like this that like have the real pretty looking graphics and the cool side scroller type games. I'm always a big fan of those.
I like. I don't know if it's an ID Xbox game. I don't know if it's ID Xbox though.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure who makes it. I shouldn't call it an indie game because it might be made by like EA or something. I'm really not sure.
I think it is an indie game. I'm pretty sure it is an indie game. Yeah, it is an indie.
We might as well just look it up while we're sitting here on the podcast. Why not? What's it called? Cuphead? Cuphead. What a stupid name for a game. But it does look really fun.
Didn't that used to be a cartoon or something?
No.
No, okay.
Developer Studio MDHR.
So yes, it's an indie game.
Yeah, so I've never heard of that. So, it's also on Steam, so it is not Xbox exclusive. It is $20 on Steam, so I think we'll get that probably.
That'd be okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of that studio, so I guess that's indie video game.
Maybe make like a YouTube video about that.
Yeah,
that would be a cool like.
Yeah, that game looks awesome. It looks like
on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, it looks like a old like 1930s Mickey Mouse almost with the way the animation.
I really like it. It kind of reminds me of Metroid a little bit.
Oh, I gotta get the new Metroid game too. That game came out last week for the.
But it reminds me of Metroid.
I started to say Game Boy, but what am I trying to think of? 3DS. I was about to say Game Boy.
God. Game Boy was like early 2000s.
Whatever. It's the current version of the Game Boy is what it is. But I've heard it's the new Metroid is very, very good.
But it reminds me of Metroid because I saw like that you could shoot side to side and up.
Yeah.
So that reminds me of Metroid, how you can shoot up.
And there's one of the guns that shoots out like 3 things, which is kind of Metroid-ish, which is kind of Contra-ish also.
Yeah.
But I love those guys.
Hopefully we don't have to put in the Konami code to actually beat the game.
Well, if we do, I've got it. I know
we know. Up, up, down, down, left, right, left. Nope. Left, right, left, right.
BA select start.
Oh, I thought it was just BA. I didn't think it was select start.
I don't know.
I think it's just BA.
Okay.
Did I just beat you in the Konami code?
I don't know. So then there's also let's discuss quickly here because you keep giving me crap for this one. Forza comes out this week, and I mean Forza
Not
is
this week, October 3rd.
Okay, it comes out in like a week. Yeah. I'm not too big on the new Forza game, and Forza, I mean, it's one of my favorite series of all times. I love racing games.
The last game wasn't that different from 5.
I understand, but now you
still bought it and played it.
But that was the first one that was exclusively for the Xbox One. So it had like it had beautiful looking graphics. It had the rain, it had the weather stuff like that. Like it had all of these new things to it. Not a lot of new things. Well, yeah. I mean, I know that their updates are like Madden updates almost. Hopefully not.
What does that mean?
Madden updates, like you buy a new Madden game every year and there's like one new feature and everything else is exactly the same. At least that's how I refer to it. But I feel like Forza 7, I mean, it's the big selling point for this one is 4K. with the new Xbox One X.
But
And I'm sure
with,
it looks amazing, but I don't have the equipment to make it look amazing. So
the thing that I do agree with you on, though, is it's stupid that the game comes out more than a month away from the new 4K console, and they're trying to sell us on how this game can be played in 4K.
Yeah.
And it can be played so powerful on the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
But you have to wait a month to actually be able to play at its full potential.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, the timing of that just is kind of weird.
So,
yeah, I didn't even. You're right about that. I mean, it's been 2 years since
November
the last game came out. I like how
Xbox
Forza and Forza Horizon, they alternate years.
Like Forza Horizon
so it's not
3 was freaking amazing.
It was one of the best racing games ever made, for sure.
One of my most viewed YouTube videos was that Hot Wheels 164 views.
I would say that the Hot Wheels DLC for Forza Horizon 3 is hands down one of the best DLCs that's ever been released for a video game ever.
It was
for $20,
amazing.
The amount of content that you got for that and all the cool stuff and how much just fun it was.
Yeah,
it was one of the coolest things ever.
It was so cool doing the loop-de-loop, and then the dinosaur came and they were building a track as you were racing. It was crazy.
So I'm not real sure on Forza 7. I mean, I still want to play it. I still want to play it, and I will. I guess I'll get it eventually, probably. But I mean, right now I'm still very fresh into Destiny. I've hardly got anywhere. I still got a bunch of Fire Pro I want to play. I want to play that Metroid game. I want to play that Cuphead game.
You have to think, if you're gonna buy a game, you got to know what it's called.
There's so much going on right now, which is not normal. There's not usually that many video games coming out that I'm interested in.
I'm just ready for PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Battleground? No.
It's
Planet, but what is it?
PlayerUnknown's. That's the people that make it.
Okay.
The
name of the game is what?
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Okay.
It's like 100 different people come like out of this big airplane, and then it's like battle royal kind of game, and it's really, really cool.
You know what I miss is 1 versus 100. I wish you would have been able to play that game. Obviously,
what is that for?
It has nothing. It was on 360. It was on. It was a live game a marketplace game that has gone away now. It was an old game show game. Anyway, that's completely off topic. I'm sorry. You said 100, and it made me think of it for some reason.
That makes no sense. But I'm either gonna. We don't have a release date. We know 2017.
Gotcha.
So I mean, they're gonna.
Well, they need to have a release date here soon. There's not much time left.
I hope it's a launch title, because
launch title for what?
For Xbox One X.
Oh.
If they do that, and it's 2 days before, they're like, boom, release date, day of that, and then I'm asking that for my birthday, so quickly. You're buying that for me.
I'm not buying you a $500 Xbox One X.
No. The Battlegrounds is also for Xbox One.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All of these new games are also.
Yeah, I know. Okay, gotcha. So Destiny 2, fun game.
Yeah.
Everybody get it and go put 200 and something hours into it.
And play with me, please.
Play with Lane. You can find him on the Xbox at Midder316, MIDDER 316, just like Stone Cold. Or if you want to play me, I'm Captain Howdy 1027, of course. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
And the captain is CAPT, not CAPTIN. So,
yeah. You're right. CAPTHOWDY 1027.
Yep.
Boom.
Boom. Yep. It's been such a weird episode. I talked about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. You were like, oh, this game show that was on Xbox 360.
It was so much fun because it was. You have to see the show for it to make sense. It was hosted by Bob Saget, actually, and it was.
Look it up in your phone.
And it was. I mean, it was a game. It was like a game show that was conducted. It was on at certain times. You couldn't just go on and play it whenever, because it had 100 people was a part of the game, and there was an actual host of the game and stuff. So it would be Friday at 8 is Xbox is 1 versus 100. So it was such a cool game. But because of the way that they did it, it only ran for a certain amount of time until they They just didn't keep doing it anymore. But like all of these people that are a part of it, like these are all real people. Yeah, and then there would be questions asked.
It's Rachel. It's Rachel. It's Rachel. Okay, I locked in.
So, and then there was something like if you weren't sure, then you could like ask the 100 people or something.
So we're broken up into like 4-player groups here, but I mean the main thing is the 100 people playing against the one person.
The one answered A. The correct answer is A.
So now the audience, if any of them miss the question, then they're all eliminated.
Oh.
So if like 50 of them got the question wrong, then it was essentially 1 versus 50. So you wanted to stay in the game until you could try to eliminate all of these players and you still win the game.
Okay.
It was just such a cool concept. I thought. Me and Kyle used to play it constantly.
Were you really good at it?
I mean, it's just a trivia game, so some questions I'd be good at, some not.
Well, was it like
But it
current
was
trivia?
Current and, I mean, it's just all over the place trivia.
Because that was like a friend's question,
Mhm.
so.
All right, let's do the concerts.
Which will be a quicker one, right?
Yeah, it won't be too long, I don't think. Okay.
I want to
ready?
know about this Halloween one because I have not heard about
All right,
it.
well, you'll learn it right here on Howdy Radio. Ready?
Wow.
All right, so the month of cool concerts that is September, 2/3 of the big ones that I'm going to are now in the books. So this was, I guess, like a week or two weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago today. Me and Liz and Taggart and my buddy David and my kid Tyler, we all went to Bogart's, which is a venue here in Cincinnati, and we saw the Toadies. And it was just absolutely awesome. So we got there pretty early. We got fantastic standing spot. It's a 1,600 seat, just big room, not seats, it's standing room, but it holds 1,600 people. And we got there and we were essentially row 2. That was the people that were on the front rail, and then we were just kind of one behind them. The opening band, one of them was from Cincinnati, Matt Anthony. They were really good. I thoroughly enjoyed them. And then local
Have you
H.
listened to them after that?
I have not, but I'll definitely see them again. They're a local band. If I see they're playing, I'll go see them for sure. I liked them a lot. And then local H played, and I've been mad at the band local H because they won this stupid contest not that long ago to open for Metallica, and I think the contest was rigged. So I've just been kind of mad at local H. So they're an alternative rock band that's been around since the 90s. They had one hit like in the mid to late 90s, Bound to the Floor, which was a cool song. I liked it back then. They're a 2-piece, is it? Just 2 guys in the band, the guitar player and a drummer. And the guitar player has like a bass guitar pickup built into his guitar, so he kind of gets the bass sound from the top string of his guitar, which is kind of cool. But they sucked. I did not really enjoy them at all. Even their one-hit wonder, Bound for the Floor, like I didn't even get into that. I didn't think it sounded good. The singer got on my nerves. He just was kind of stupid. So they weren't any good. So then Toadies came on. Every single time I see the Toadies, it's just one of the craziest fun concerts that you can go to. The crowd, I go to a lot of concerts, and I sit there and I watch a lot of people like just stand there and watch the bands anymore. People don't get into shows like they used to. I'm not saying it's like a generational thing like kids these days or whatever, anything like that. Like people just don't get into shows the way that they used to. And partially because a lot of us are getting older now, so we just don't do crazy stuff at concerts like we used to. But that is not the case at Toadies. People go absolutely nuts at every single Toadies show that I have ever been to. Just as soon as the Toadies start playing, the crowd goes nuts, jumping up and down, mosh pits, crowd surfing, everything the way it should be. And it goes on for 2 hours until they leave the stage. And that's what happened this time. So Tyler was, this was his first time really kind of in a show like that, and his
Like
first
a
time
club show.
Yeah, I mean we were right there. I mean you could throw something at the band and hit them. We were so close. The pit was right there, and I was jumping up and down and pushing people all around and stuff. And Tyler probably thought I was crazy. Probably
You
watched.
are crazy.
He's like, "Why is the old fat guy jumping up and down and moshing at 36 years old, but I don't care. It was so much fun. We had a great time. They did a great concert. They closed with the song Tyler. So Tyler, his name came from. Did we tell this story on the show already?
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Say it though. 'Cause I
Okay,
don't-
just in case you haven't heard the story before, when Liz was pregnant with Tyler, she had got together like this big long list of names that she liked, and I went through and I was like, I don't like this one, I don't like this one. There was some of them that I liked, and then the one that I liked the most, I said, oh, that's my favorite Toadies song. This was 15 years ago, and the name of the song is Tyler. So it wasn't so much that he was like named after the Toadies song. Like it wasn't like, oh, that's my favorite Toadies song, so I'm gonna name him that because of that. It was just on the list, and it was like, oh, that's my favorite Toadies song. So indirectly,
you should say that he is.
yeah. So I mean, indirectly, he's named after a Toadies song, yeah. In which the Toadies song is about Tyler, Texas, which is a city in Texas, and that's why it's named what it is. So Tyler knows that he's named after a Toadies song. So, and he knows the Toadies. I listen to him all the time. Everybody in this house knows the Toadies. So he was pretty excited, and he took us to the concert. He bought me the ticket for my birthday, and he thoroughly enjoyed his first Toadies concert. I couldn't really get him to jump up and down and mosh or anything like that.
He didn't do that Green Day either.
Well, no, but that was. I mean, there was mosh pits at Green Day. There was, yeah. Liz kind of pushed him into the pit a little bit. She kind of just gave him a push from behind, and kind of during Tyler, when like the place was just going absolutely nuts. Taggart got a really cool video of Tyler. He recorded the whole song. I should put it on YouTube, or I don't know, get it on his YouTube or something. So, but that was that. That was an awesome concert. So then we went out back after the show because I was really hoping that Tyler could meet the band. And we got to meet the guitarist, Clark Vogel, which is a fantastic guitarist. He's a great guitarist, and I've met him multiple times before. So Tyler got to meet him. He got his autograph on his ticket stub. But the main one is Todd Lewis. Todd Lewis, as he goes by now, is the singer of the band. And, of course, that's who we wanted to meet. But we didn't get to meet him this time. But Tyler was still extremely excited that he got to meet the guitar player. So I think he thoroughly enjoyed himself.
Were you guys the only people back there?
There was the group of us and one person.
Oh.
And that's a lot different than it used to be also. So now...
It used to be just you guys, right?
No, there used to be a good amount of people waiting behind venues to meet the bands. But what has happened now in the world that we live in now, these bands, they charge their fans to meet them before the show starts, which is like the VIP experience and all of that stupid stuff. I don't care what band it is. I would never in my life pay money to meet any of them whatsoever. And I mean, you go to like Metallica and it's like $1,200 for these stupid VIP meet and greets where you get to talk to the person for 8 seconds and then you just move on. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world, but they make a lot of money off of that. So going into this concert, I was a little worried because Toadies had the meet and greet beforehand, but I was like, we've met the Toadies every single time we've gone to see them. So I hope they're not going to not meet fans after the show because now you have to pay to meet the band before the show. So I think that might have had something to do with it. I think bands are just kind of changing the way that they do it. They don't meet up after the shows. You have to do it before the show, which I'm not a fan of, but that's just me being a grumpy old man, I guess. So then 2 days later, we drove up to Columbus, me, Liz, and Taggart, and we saw Queens of the Stone Age and Royal Blood opening up for them. We got all wet. It rained like crazy. Not terribly, but enough to get pretty wet. Enough to give Liz a cold for the next 3 or 4 days after the concert as well. Totally worth it, though. Royal Blood was killer. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I like them a lot. I like their sound a lot. They're also a two-piece, and their amount of energy that they bring for a two-piece is just crazy cool. I love it. I love that band. They're really good. But then Queens, of course, completely stole the show, obviously. One of the best, I mean, just hands down, one of the best shows I've seen. Sorry to rub it in, because I know you really wanted to go. But it was awesome. The only downside, there was the one song that I really wanted them to play off the new album, Villains, that's called Unreborn Again. That's my favorite song on the album. They've been playing it, but they don't play it every night, and they didn't play it the night that we went to see them. So that kind of sucked. But that place was packed. It was a very loud concert. I have a friend that lives up in Columbus, and he commented on my Instagram and said, I could hear the concert last night. And he said, I live close, but not that close. And he's like, I could still hear it. And I can only imagine it has something to do with the bass guitar, because usually the bass is kind of in the background, matched up with the drums and stuff. But I don't know that, with the exception of like a Typo Negative concert, I don't know that I have ever heard a bass guitar as loud as I have at that Queen's concert. It's just distorted as can be and just super loud, and it sounded awesome. It made the song sound so good.
During Villains of Circumstance, was that still really loud, or was that still really low, since that's the lowest song?
I mean, it's still just as loud as everything else was, yeah.
How is that so
I mean, it's
loud?
just a more chill song, but the volume level is still the same. That was one of my favorite parts of the show. My favorite part of the show was I Appear Missing, which is my favorite song off of Like Clockwork. And they did it live, and they just absolutely killed it, and it was amazing. That was the coolest part of the show. And then that was followed by Villains of Circumstance, so that was a really cool, like, 1-2 little song there. Closed with Song for the Dead, which was just super cool. Josh is just the man. I mean, just sitting there for 2 hours and just watching him in front of you. I mean, the guy just, it's amazing to watch that guy work. He is one of the most talented musicians that there is out there right now, and it was very, very, very. That was my 5th time seeing him, but I think that's my favorite time I've seen him yet. I think that was the best show I've seen so far of them. So that was awesome. So highly suggest that if you can ever go see Queens, go see Queens. So that's it for. I've got one more big one coming up this month. This Thursday is the Afghan Wigs, and they are one of my all-time favorite bands. Have been since 1996. So I cannot wait to go see them. That'll be really great. That's just me and Liz. That's Thursday night. And then Friday night, there's a local band that I like a lot, Electric Citizen. They're from Cincinnati, but they play all over the world. They're on Riding Easy Records. They're the ones that got me into Riding Easy. And they are playing at the Northside Tavern Friday night, so I'm going to go see them. So it's been an awesome month for concerts. It really has.
And I went to none of them.
Yep.
It's great. One
day you'll get a little older and we'll start going to more concerts together. Okay. So that's that. That was boring. You didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was all about stuff that you went to. How was I supposed to talk?
Okay.
I tried to talk for a little bit about Villains of Circumstance, but that was it. Did you sing along to any of the new songs?
What I know. I still don't know them all by heart.
Like what? I don't know them all. I know most of the Evil Has Landed, and I know all of Feet Don't Fail Me, and I know all of Domesticated. Domesticated.
That was one of the best songs. I should have mentioned that. How good that one was.
What?
Domesticated Animals.
That
was my least favorite song when I first heard the album.
Yeah, you said that.
And it was one of the best songs of the night live.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
All right, let's blow through this.
Are we doing iPhone and Halloween all in one?
No. Ready? Yep. All right, It, the movie, It. It's been out for a couple weeks now. It is now officially the most profitable horror movie in existence. It beat out The Exorcist. Within like 2 weeks, it beat out The Exorcist. So it's kicking butt. It's making a lot of money.
Did it ever beat Deadpool in opening weekend?
I don't think it did. I think it beat it like on a couple of the days or something, but I don't think it beat it overall.
Wasn't that most rated R?
Yeah, that was just rated R in general, yeah. But as far as horror goes, it was the biggest horror movie opening weekend ever, and then now, as of just a day or two ago, it's just the highest grossing horror movie in theater history. So me and Tyler went to see it, not opening night. We went to see it the next night, Saturday, which was the day before we went to see Toadies. That was an awesome weekend. And I loved it. I thought it was so good. The kids that are in the movie, they were all really, really good. I always like that kind of thing, like when the kids are like the stars of the movie.
And the old one, they only showed a little bit of the kids because in the old one, it was the other half of the book after.
Yeah. So yeah, the movie ends with It Chapter 1. So we know there's another one coming, which we already knew that.
Is that
anyway.
what it says?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, but we all knew that this was the first half of the book, and there's another half to come. I mean, speaking as just a horror movie fan, like everybody is kind of really excited for what this could mean for horror, because a lot of horror lately has just been the same old stuff over and over. Horror makes great profits in theaters because they don't spend a whole lot of money making them. They'll spend $5 million making a horror movie, and then it'll come out opening weekend, and it'll make like $50 million or something, which is a humongous profit by doing it that way. But it was, a huge, big budget movie. They spent a ton of money on it. So everybody's kind of hoping that, like, maybe they'll start doing that now. More rated R horror and more big budget, and like try to do something new and cool. So we'll see.
But there's a lot of new horror movies that are coming out.
Yeah, so let's tie that into this, which I mean kind of went together, was that I guess it was last week now, they announced that there's a new Halloween movie coming out. So I'm sure that was in works. Obviously, that was in works like for a while now or whatever. But it kind of went along with all like, horror might make a comeback, and then boom, new Halloween movie announcement. So Jamie Lee Curtis, she tweeted a picture of her standing in front of the Myers house with Michael Myers standing in the background, like peeking out the door at her. And she said, "We're headed back to Haddonfield one more time, October something or another 2018. So they're making a new horror movie or new Halloween movie.
You said not October 31st.
It's like a week before Halloween is the release date.
Why are they
for it.
doing this so much? Like,
Why?
Like for Stranger Things, it said it was coming out Halloween. Doesn't come out Halloween. A movie called Halloween does not come out on Halloween.
Yeah, but you want it to be there for the Halloween season, though. Especially with a movie in the theater, you want it to be there for the Halloween season. So you want it to be there for at least a couple weeks before Halloween. I mean, that makes sense to me. So, but what doesn't make sense is that Jamie Lee Curtis was killed in Halloween Resurrection. Laurie Strode was killed. So I don't know what their plan is for bringing her character back to life. But obviously that's not a problem in the horror world. You can always bring somebody back to life with some stupid backstory. So that might be what happens there, but I'm excited for it regardless. I've always loved the Halloween series, so we'll see what they do with it. It's got the director of, which I haven't seen yet, but of the movie Get Out, which came out earlier this year, which has been a really successful horror movie. Also, I need to see that. I'm not sure if that's out on Blu-ray or whatever. It is. I need to see that. So the director of that, so that's kind of promising because everybody really likes Get Out. So at least
not Rob Zombie?
No, this is not Rob Zombie. Sorry, no, we definitely should have said that this is not Rob Zombie. It's supposed to be a sequel to like the original series, nothing to do with Rob Zombie.
After the last one from the old Z series.
Well, the last one of the old series, she died. So I don't know. I'm not sure what they haven't said where this lies.
Halloween
in the whole,
1.5.
Yeah, I don't know. Halloween 2.5 might end up being kind of the more realistic way of how they're going about it, but we'll have to see.
With this character not in one, is that why?
No, like 1 and 2 were like kind of one continuous movie. Like 2 picked up exactly where 1 ended, and then when 3 came out, 3 didn't even have Michael Myers in it. That was Season of the Witch, and it was a completely dumb thing in my opinion. But they're talking about making a sequel to that now too. So I've heard some rumors that they're talking about like kind of making it more of a sequel to Halloween 2, and then it would kind of just ignore every other one that came out.
Michael Myers wasn't in the third one, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll just have to see what happens with it. So you've never seen any of the Halloween movies, have you?
No.
Who's your favorite like horror icon? coming from somebody that doesn't really watch horror, like, who do you think the coolest one is? Like, Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy? Like, do you have one that you like, or do you just hate them all because you don't like horror?
I don't like horror, but like,
Like, you like the
Jigsaw's
Friday the
like
13th game.
Jigsaw is kind of cool
Okay.
because like he uses like scraps from like other things, not like because like I can't talk.
Okay. But
'Cause,
Jigsaw is
like,
cool.
he doesn't use like really high technology things, so it's
Well,
cool.
Jigsaw kind of does use high technology things. He sets all kinds of weird traps for people.
But
And
that's not high
they're
technology.
but they're very elaborate.
Yeah, it's not like the reverse bear trap. Like that's not electronic.
Okay. Okay. I got you. But like Jason, like, do you like Jason? Because I mean, I know you like the game, the Friday
Yeah.
the 13th game.
Yeah.
Jason's cool, right? But Michael
Yeah.
Myers has always been my favorite
Yeah.
of all of those guys. So I've always been a big Halloween series fan, which, I mean, you can't be a horror fan and not be a Halloween fan. So hopefully they just don't screw it up, though, because, I mean, that's where we're at with horror movies nowadays, especially when they start rebooting and bringing stuff back, is like, I really hope they don't screw it up. And they have a lot lately, I think.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't screw this one up. But me and Tyler will be there opening night to see that one for sure. So that'll be next year. We'll review that one on Howdy Radio, the Next Generation episode 23 is probably where we'll be at that time. All right, what do you know about the new iPhones?
That it's not that different.
Okay. That's about the gist of it, right? All right, Apple announced the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 10,
X.
but not the iPhone 9. No, it is pronounced the iPhone 10. It is not pronounced the iPhone X.
Everybody called it the X.
Apple calls it the iPhone 10, so that
Oh.
is most certainly the
Why no
official
9
name of it.
then?
It's the 10th anniversary of the iPhone.
Yeah.
So that's where that's coming from. But I'm kind of the same way. Like anytime I see it, like
It should
when
be X because 10 doesn't make sense.
yeah, I kind of
because
agree
there's
with
no
you.
9. So
Yeah, I don't disagree with you in the least bit. I think releasing the 8 and the 10 at the same time is stupid.
Yeah.
But so the iPhone. Let's start with the 8. The 8 is pointless. The 8 is no different than the 7, with the exception of a worse battery. I mean, I think there's wireless charging.
Like worse
There's a worse battery. I mean, the batteries in these phones, they're rated by, I forget what the name of milliamps, or I forget what it is. But like the actual amount is smaller for the new iPhone 8 than it is the 7. So less battery time. That's a great new feature. Courage to give you less battery and charge you more money. So the 8's pointless. So I have the 7 Plus right now, and I have zero want, or obviously
So when
no need.
I get a phone, I'm not getting the 8. So like when I get my first iPhone, I do not want the 8. I want like the 7 because that makes more sense. You
But
know what
by
I
the
mean?
time you get an iPhone, though, then the 7 will be extinct.
No, it won't.
It's a 2-year cycle.
Well then,
By
will
next
you
year,
get the new phone, and then I'll get your phone, or will I get Mama's phone?
that's way in the future for me to figure out. Not right now. I know I'm not going to upgrade to the iPhone 8. I think it's useless. It is the most pointless update of an iPhone yet, because of course they want you to buy the iPhone 10, which is considerably more expensive. It's $1,000 phone. It's the most expensive of these smartphones yet. However, and then everybody, of course, is complaining. Everybody's hating on Apple because that's what you do now. That's what everybody does now, myself included a little bit. But the price point for the iPhone 10 is $999. It's the most expensive one yet. And everybody, making fun of Apple for charging that much money and for how stupid people are for buying it and spending that much money or whatever, which, I mean, it's not incorrect. But then a week later, the Google Pixel, the new phone of theirs, is announced, and it's only like $50 less. So at this point, unfortunately, we're now at a point
Well,
where
the Pixel is good.
So is the iPhone 10. There's no denying that the iPhone 10 is not
It's
a cool
good,
phone.
but it's not as different than the
Yeah.
than 7. But the Pixel,
Well, yeah,
like that's
no.
actually new and has like new feature. Does the iPhone have VR?
Yeah, that's one of the big things of
Oh.
this new update. Yes.
Oh.
So the iPhone 10 gives it like
I
the
just made a
whole.
fool out of myself.
It's whatever, man. So the new one, the iPhone 10, it has like the corner to corner screen. The whole thing is a screen. There's no home button on there. It's almost corner to corner screen. It's kind of not. Like there's a little bit up top. Like I mean, I know people can't see this, but like where this part is like not. So it kind of comes down like this. So it doesn't quite.
Like the little like
Fill the-
square that's like on the top where like the
Yeah.
camera is for like
Yeah.
a selfie.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of there.
Yeah.
Then where's the camera then?
I guess that's where it is. That's why it's.
Yeah, I think
probably
that's why
there.
there has to be a little thing right there.
Yeah. So it's not quite corner to corner screen, but I mean it does look cool. The wireless charging thing is a big selling point for them. I think wireless charging is the stupidest thing in the world. If I have to sit my phone down on something that has a wire connected to it, is it
It's
really
not
wireless
yeah,
charging?
It's not wireless.
So, but there's like IKEA. Like I
what
saw a
I
thing.
think it should be is you should have to charge the thing that charges your phone
Well, I mean,
to the wall, and then later you can take that thing and like take it on the go.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's-
we have
Well,
things
yes,
that are like
that's
that. The portable
exactly
chargers.
what we have.
Yeah. So, but like the wireless charging, like IKEA has been making a big deal out of it, especially they've been talking about it again since they announced this new phone, is that they've started like making some of their couches that have these little pads built into the couches. So essentially you just plug your couch in to the wall and then those pads are working. And then once
I never thought I would hear somebody say you plug your couch into the wall.
I'm not kidding you. Like 10 years ago, I said somebody needs to make a couch that has a plug that plugs into the wall and then has a couple USB slots on it. So you can plug your phone into the USB slot. And I thought that was a good idea. So that's kind of what this is, but it's a pad.
They stole your idea.
Of course. So if you're just sitting on the couch, you can just set your phone down on the pad. I mean, that's kind of what that's more along the lines of wireless charging.
Wireless couch.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
that is wireless charging.
Right.
Because it's a couch,
Right.
but a charger.
Right. Which is weird.
Yeah. Again, never thought I would say that. It's a
Yeah.
couch, but a charger.
Right. So, but like, I mean, like, you get one of these things. They're not cheap. So, I mean, if you're buying one of them, you're spending $50. Apple will make one that's like $400 that is stylish and white and cool looking that people will buy. But I mean, you got the one. What are you going to do? You're going to carry it back and forth to work every day, and then it's just going to sit on your nightstand is what it's going to do. And this is not anything new. Android has had these stupid things for a couple years now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is nothing on the iPhone 10 is new whatsoever. There's nothing innovative that has come from this phone whatsoever. And I think that's a big problem with Apple right now. I think they have lost their innovative way. I think the product that they deliver is way better than anything else that the competition puts out. I think that the current iPhone is better than the current Samsung. I think it's a better phone. I think it's a better build. I think it's a better product. But as far as innovation goes, I don't think Apple's doing anything right in that category at all right now. And the 10 was supposed to be like the turning point for like Apple doing something cool again. And I don't know that they did. There's really just nothing there that excites me that much. Between the wireless charging and the animated animal emojis is a big selling point. Which, did you see that?
No.
They're emojis that are animated. The phone has facial recognition. That should be something we threw out there. Also, that's one of the big selling points. You can unlock the phone with your face by it seeing your face.
That's good.
What happens when it's dark? the face Lane made should be a meme, is what that should be.
Like,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does work in the dark. I really don't know.
Maybe it's like when like it's past a certain amount of time that like It turns on the light when you turn on your phone.
That would
maybe?
be terrible.
It'd be
I
terrible.
don't want my phone like flashing a light at me when it's dark just so it can see me to I don't know. I think the Face ID is stupid. But it doesn't have a home button on it, so it doesn't have a thumbprint scanner anymore.
So it's either a pin or your face.
Yeah. Yep. And I think the face thing is stupid. So there's these there's the emojis that are a part of it that are like all these little farm animals that the Face ID the facial recognition, sees your face, so you can like kind of record yourself. Like if I could make an emoji that's face moves and mouth moves and like talks that says like, hey Lane, you want to go get dinner or something, then I can send that emoji to you, and then like the emoji talks to you and its face moves the way my face moved while I was saying.
I feel like that's really scary.
It's so stupid.
It's scary because your phone is talking to you, and it's an emoji.
I just think it's.
But it's an emoji. That's the weird thing.
Yeah,
it's talking to you.
These are the things that they showed off at the press conference, and I'm like, you're showing off talking animal emojis as if it's like
it kind of
something innovative.
It kind of reminds me of the thing from the Emoji Movie, because like it like had a glitch in like the phone.
Yeah.
And like it had a malfunction, but then like he pressed 1, but it was like a good malfunction, and like this person that I liked or something, like he like sent this emoji that like changed like it was like animated.
Yeah.
So like, and then he didn't get his phone erased and nobody died, so I have to have a happy ending in like the most terrible movie of all time.
You're the one that went to see it.
I didn't.
You went to see the Emoji Movie. What did you expect from it?
I didn't know. I did know that it was not going to be good. The only good joke that was in it was a couple poop emoji jokes.
Which would be the ones that I would laugh at too.
Yeah.
But
like that's it.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm a big Apple fan. I've been using iPhones since the iPhone 3GS is when I started, which was just a couple models, and I wasn't there from the very beginning. But I've bought every phone since then. I've upgraded every year.
Maybe Smoothie might want to change back to.
No, I mean, Smoothie got the phone Smoothie has is a great phone. The phone I have, the 7 Plus, is a great phone. So I'm gonna.
With these new 2 phones that are coming out, that thing's gonna shut off. It's gonna die.
Yeah, of course it will. That's how they do it. But I'm gonna ride this one out. I'm not interested in either of the new models of the phone.
If that one dies, what are you gonna do?
Then I have to update.
Go to the 10 then. Don't go for the 8.
The problem is that the 10 will then raise my bill again. It'll cost me about an extra $5 a month for that, and which I know in the grand scheme of things, an extra $5 a month ain't too bad. But I have added an extra $5 a month that isn't too bad to my bill about 50 different times, making my cell phone bill.
For like what?
For this one, like I bought the bigger storage on this one. Mine has 128 gigs instead of the smaller phone that 16 gigs. So I had that cost an extra $5. I have the 7 Plus instead of the regular 7, so that was an extra $5 there. We have unlimited data that costs like an extra $5 per line to have that.
I was gonna say that.
So AT&T has, they've extra $5 to me to where my bill is ginormous, and I have to like stop somewhere. So to add another $5 for the iPhone 10, I'm not sure that. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That's how they do it. It's like, oh, you need your phone? How
about $5?
Right.
That's of course what they do.
Because I don't know.
And that's why they did this update the way that they did. The iPhone 8 is stupid and pointless, and the 10 is the one that actually has new things to it. But that one's $1,000.
Wait, oh yeah, 8 is the $1,000 one, right?
No, the iPhone 10 is the expensive.
And 8 is like 500, right?
No, it's more than that. The phone I have right now, I have the iPhone 7 Plus with the larger capacity. Mine's 128 gig, and mine's like an $849 phone,
which is still a good price,
which isn't too much different than $1,000 iPhone. So
I can't believe that. A 7 Plus is more than the new Xbox console.
Yeah, but I mean, it for sure is. But I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, the phone it's your most used.
Yeah.
Out of everything in your life, essentially, that your phone is your most used thing. So, I mean, I understand them being at the high price point that they are. They obviously know that people can't live without these devices anymore. But I don't know. I'm tired of paying more for them. I do less and less on my phone. Do I need the biggest and best phone to check Instagram and Twitter and Reddit and Facebook and stuff like that? Like, I mean, it doesn't. I don't play games on my phone. I don't know, but whatever.
Don't you? I feel like you should play more
because I hate games on phones now. They're all this stupid freemium crap, and you know how I feel about that. I feel
just freemium.
The game is free, but you have to pay to speed everything up and to make things act faster and to load faster and to build faster. I think the entire mobile gaming industry is complete garbage at this point. I think the only things that are worth anything is like the little indie games that you pay like $5 to $10 up front for, like Monument Valley or something like that. You pay for that and that's it. I'd much rather pay $10 for a game that's a good quality game that I can just sit there and play and not have to remove ads and watch this video so that I can build something faster and stuff. I hate that entire genre of games, and that's mostly what's on the App Store now. I think the mobile gaming industry has just completely gone to trash, in my opinion. Obviously, people get into it and people spend money on building their farms faster than everybody else, but I think it's stupid, and I don't think it's the least bit entertaining. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into that tangent or whatever. So, but anyway, my phone's probably going to end up dying in 6 months, and then I'll have to buy a new phone. So all of this will be completely useless anyway. So iOS 11 came out this week, and I did not update because I'm a firm believer in when you update to a new iOS, it makes your phone run slower, and there starts to be more bugs and stuff that happens. And I think that they purposely make your battery last less amount of time. I think it's something that they actually do to make you want to buy a new phone because your phone starts to act like crap. I think that is something that Apple does. I think that's something that Samsung, I think they all do it with their updates. So I'm not updating. I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to leave it to where I've got it now. I don't think there's any that cool features that come with iOS 11 that I desperately need. So I'm just leaving it. So I'm approaching this a completely different way than I have in the past. I've never not updated to the new iOS.
iOS 11 is what is helping a lot of like YouTubers a lot because
of the screen record.
Because the screen recorder.
Yeah. But which is a cool feature.
But I'm pretty sure, doesn't it like make your phone run a little bit slower, kind of?
I don't know. I haven't done it.
I don't. You don't have it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
But like I saw like Palmer do it or something, and like it looked the same because it has like you know how when you're like calling somebody and like the little green thing, I think it has like a little red thing instead.
Yeah.
But like that would be really cool. Like when I get a phone at one point, that would be very helpful for me instead of spending. I don't remember how much an Elgato is, like $500 on an Elgato, and have to record everything over here on the computer. So like, yeah.
Yeah, but you can only what? I don't understand.
An Elgato is a capture card.
Okay, but what does that have to do with an iPhone, though? That's a capture card for a computer, not for a phone.
You can also use it for a phone. That's a lot of people use that for phones also.
Okay, gotcha.
It just...
I mean, I agree that is a cool feature that's built in.
Capture card that you can use.
Okay. Yeah,
but it's very expensive, and you also need a very expensive computer also. Course. So.
Yep. So, yeah, it's the thing, man. Like, I'm starting to get... I'm not quite there yet, but soon enough, as the Apple family that we are, I'm recording this using an Apple Mac Mini. Our computer.
You hear my leg?
I did.
Jesus.
Our laptop is a MacBook Pro. We've kind of turned Apple over the last few years, but the problem is now is that our devices like that they're starting to get a little old, and it's going to end up. I'm going to have to replace the desktop, and I'm going to have to replace the laptop, and I feel like at this point, like I'm just, as much as I like Apple and as much as I dislike Microsoft, I just don't know that, like, especially with the new MacBook Pros, I think those things are garbage too. So once it's time to start updating those things again, I might end up going back to Windows because it's more affordable and it's a more
Not
powerful
phones,
computer.
though.
Not phones. I mean, of course, I'm not going to
Yeah.
switch to Windows Phone or nothing. I just mean the computers that we use in our house at this point. I don't think Apple is going to end up staying our computers past what these things.
I think we should already have switched to Windows. In my opinion, I think we should have already switched to Windows.
Well, there's a Windows computer sitting over there.
And you think that's going to do something?
And it just plays Fire Pro is all it does. All right, let's wrap this up.
Let's not talk about Fire Pro. Let's go. Okay.
We've talked long enough, so go get the new iPhone if you want.
Okay. Don't do that, please. Don't. Okay. Is that it? No, we have to do intro and outro. Ugh.
It's been a long episode. I think it's been good.
And it has no special guest. I feel like this has been a terrible episode.
I disagree.
And the concerts one, I didn't talk at all.
Okay. That was the shortest one.
No, was it? That was like 12 minutes.
Okay. That was the shortest one. Ready? Outro.
I don't know.
Ready, go.
I don't know. You can't just
You've
press.
done this enough times.
You can't just press record.
Ready, go.
That's the end of our show.
End of the show, episode 20. Sorry it took us so long again. We'll try to find maybe a new night to start recording the show or something so that we are not taking so many breaks in between.
Wednesdays at 10 p.m. 8 Pacific.
That's past your bedtime.
Dang it.
Like Kyle posted on, he tweeted yesterday or the day before or something. He was like, anybody want a new Keezy show? It's been quite a while since a new episode or something. And I quoted his tweet and I said, like, yeah, it has been way too long or something like that. And then my buddy Scott replied and he said, yeah, you could also say the same thing about the Howdy show now too. And I was, or Howdy Radio now too. And I was like, oh crap. Yeah, you're right. It has been way too long. So I was like, we got to get this done this weekend. So I'm glad we finally got it done. Sorry we didn't have the cool big special guest. We'll get Smoothie and Kyle on here again one of these days. I've got another special guest lined up that'll be a lot of fun that also had to cancel. So we'll get it going though. Thanks for sticking with us though. Tell all your friends about the show. Anything else?
Nope.
Go to howdyinc.com. Go to Lane's YouTube channel.
What'd
you do on YouTube this week? Anything fun?
I did the unboxing of Destiny 2.
Yeah, so that goes along with this video, this podcast. So go check out Lane's cool video of him unboxing the big, huge special edition of Destiny 2.
And I have another video coming up that it's about my YouTube channel overall. So
gotcha.
Watch that.
Watch that
comes
too.
Out.
All right, that's it. We'll catch you hopefully next week for episode 21.
Yep.
You gotta poop.
Gotta pee.
And you gotta go to bed. Oh shit, you still got in the shower too. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry this took so long. Oh well. Ready? What's the intro?
I don't know.
Episode 20!
Yeah.
I hate when we do that. We gotta do something different than that. I mean, I literally have no ideas whatsoever for this.
I don't know.
Sometimes it would be nice if you could help me think of things for this.
I'm not that creative. You know I'm not creative.
I don't agree with you. But whatever. All right, say, here we go. Finally, episode 20. Let's do it. Good enough. Just say something stupid like that. Get it over with. Ready?
Here we go. Finally, episode 20. Let's do it.
That was not good. I didn't like that.
You told me to do
not like that. No. Ready?
Here we go. Finally, episode 20. Let's do it. Is that terrible?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good.
But I have to take a shower.
Yeah, you sure do.
I was supposed to be in bed 25 minutes ago.
Yep.
What the
So
heck?
hurry up. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta stop all of this crap.
But, oh.